When you go into meditation, should you set an intention for that meditation or should you just wing it? Does it even matter? Welcome to Inspire Me with Jay, a podcast discussing meditation, the near-death experience, spiritually inspirational and transformative experiences. Welcome to Inspire Me with Jay. I'm your host, author, and teacher, Jay Spillers. Please do like and subscribe to the channel and share everywhere. So, we're talking about the power of setting an intention in meditation. Why you should do it, why it matters, how you should do it, and keep it simple. So, why is it important to set an intention in your meditation? What you're going to be focusing on. Because it gives you a point of focus, gives you a direction, gives you a place to drive your vehicle, so to speak. And when you have a focus, it reduces distraction. This is your time to leave your problems at the door, leave life at the door. It's like, set the suitcases at the door. I'm walking in my meditation. I have a set goal, a set intention. That's where I'm going with it. And you want to just keep this really simple. And it could be as simple as just meditating on your breath, noticing the in and out motion of it, letting yourself feel the breath, just being aware of it, noticing if it's slowing down, speeding up. And breath can be a wonderful starting point for intentions. I find breath to be really good when you're doing short meditations. If you're just doing real informal ones, like if you're just sitting there for 5 minutes and I'm just going to have an informal meditation. Breath is a great focal point. Sometimes with breath, when you go into longer meditations, it's hard to hold that as your exclusive focus point. It gets kind of boring, but for some people, they can focus on their breath for a half hour, and it is a wonderful point of focus. There are other things you can focus on too, because you could focus on love, you could focus on peace, you could focus on gratitude. You can focus on simply relaxation, because I've done that. I just figure sometimes I'm just so tired, I'm like, I'm just going to focus on relaxation. Just feeling my body getting relaxed. You can do body scan meditations where you go up your body and work your way down, or vice versa, to see every part of your body getting relaxed. You can listen to meditation music and notice this is feeling very relaxing, very calming. It's making me feel peaceful, and I'm starting to feel tranquility. And you can connect all these things. It's really the relaxation. Same thing with peace or love. Anything that's connected to that point of intention is potentially where your mind could be drawn, where you could reflect on. You can reflect on a quote, a scripture, different things in your life, like what's important to me, what do I value. You can focus on why I'm grateful for my family. So there's a lot of different intentions that you could have. The thing that you don't generally want to do is you don't want to have overly complex ones, and you don't want to have ones where like it's very specific, or things that are kind of super heavy a lot of times. Like, I'm going to try to find out what the meaning of life is. Though that could be a focus, because sometimes it's like when you try to be too heavy, too deep. You feel kind of stressed, like I've got to come up with answers for this. And then it's sort of like you just trying to figure out an answer rather than what meditation should be. Just allowing things to come more naturally to you, and it's like, even if you're going to go in a heavy direction, just try to keep it light. So it's like, maybe I would like to find an answer to such and such, but I'm going to sit here and relax. That'll be my focal point. And if an answer comes, that's fine. And sometimes it will, but don't get overly complex in the intention that you set. Don't get overly specific. Just have a very open-ended one, kind of like love or peace, relaxation, your breath even. And I think you'll just find it to be a better experience. Now, you have to have a certain degree of flexibility. And you can change your direction midway in your meditation. It's like, maybe I started with love, but I'm really feeling led to reflect on what's important to me. And it's like, okay, so I'll change my intention. Or sometimes you'll just add to it. I'm going to focus part of my time on love, which is what I started with, but I'm going to add another intention here and focus on a little bit on that. So, and you might blend a couple of intentions. You might go for 10 minutes on one, go 10 minutes on another, then come back to the first one. I always say it's always good to start a meditation with just one intention. But if you get in 15, 20 minutes and you want a second intention or a third or whatever, that's fine. So I think just being flexible, because the intention is to give you a direction to start with, a goal to focus on. It's not necessarily to lock you in like, this is all I can meditate on, because usually I start with one set intention, and a lot of times by the time I'm done, I'll have like 3 or 4, especially if you're doing like 45-minute meditation. You might end up setting a focus on a few different things, and that's totally fine. So just start with one though. And what do you do when you have distractions? And the distractions will come. One thing is, don't stress about it. Don't beat yourself up about it. Like, oh, I'm getting distracted. That's not good. They will happen, but just try to gently bring yourself back to your original intention. And a lot of times distractions is what's in your heart. So maybe you might take a minute or two and just work through that distraction, because sometimes you just float back to your original intent, but sometimes you may take a moment and just think through it, just like a quick moment. And sometimes this is what's really cool, is that if you can work your distraction back to your original intent, your original intention, that can be a pretty profound thing. It's like, I'm distracted thinking about my son and such issue. My focal point is love. So maybe I might sit there and think about why I love my son, how I can show love to my son in this moment and in this issue. How can love relate into it? Or if I'm trying to relax, how can I just simply relax and not let this distraction overwhelm me? Just tell my mind, allow myself to relax about this stressor maybe that you're having. So you're sort of taking the distraction and then you're reworking it back into your intention or your intentions. And that's a way that you can deal with distractions too. So walk into your meditation with that intention. Keep it simple, keep it broad. Know that distractions are going to happen. Bring your mind back to your intention. See if you can work the distraction into your original intention if possible. And just enjoy having that focal point. It's kind of like you learn in meditation, you sort of have the monkey mind where your mind's all over the place. And I'm going to give it something. Well, the intention is sort of like giving the monkey the ball to play with, and it's like, well, if you're going to have something to hold your focus, anything potentially could hold your focus. Why not give your mind something that's productive, something that's useful, because I know some people really like mantra meditations. But why not give your mind something that it can hold on to that may be beneficial? So instead of just repeating a sound over and over, which is fine, why not focus on love? So I think what we're going to do now is we're going to allow you to set a quick intention, and we're going to take a few minutes to meditate. So just think that right now, what would you like to set as your intention? Maybe you just want to focus on your breath for a few minutes, or on relaxation, or love, or peace, gratitude. Just pick an intention. And now let's close our eyes. Taking a few deep breaths. We're going to breathe in deep in through our nose, hold, exhale through our mouth. So let's breathe in deeply. And exhale. Breathe in. And exhale. Breathe in. And exhale. Now, what is the point of intention that you have for yourself right now? Allow yourself to just focus on that. Why did you pick this intention? Why was it important in this moment for you? How does this intention relate to your everyday life? How does this intention make you feel? Allow yourself within your being to really connect to whatever this intention is. Feel it deep within your being. Create a visualization that represents this intention to you. It can be very concrete, can be very abstract. Does your intention have global significance? And if so, how? Does your intention have relevancy in your community? And if so, how? How does your intention impact you on a personal level? Take a moment to see your intention fully manifesting itself from within you. If your intention was to expand out from your heart, would it make your life better? Could it potentially make the world better if everyone was focused on your intention? Let's start to come back to the room. Let's take in one final deep breath. Breathe in through your nose. Hold. And exhale. Before you open your eyes, take one last moment to feel your intention. You may open your eyes.